I just, I just, I, 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 I don't like girls. I mean, I do, just not like you guys do. And I had this crush on someone, even though I know they're not like me. But then I realized he's just my Tammy, and by Tammy I mean it was never about him. It was about me, and I thought I was finally okay with myself. But then today Vecna showed me what would happen if I did this. If I told you guys the truth, he showed me a future, and in this future, some of you are just worried for me, worried that things will be harder for me, and it just makes me feel like something's.
Pause. Hey, yo, hey, listen. You don't come out as you can't come out as a fake gay kid in the past and immediately start talking about how things are going to get harder. Pause, bro. We gotta keep this in perspective. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. I'll be honest. Even back then, it's the weirdest thing, right? They push this gay bullshit everywhere because they understand that there are a lot of people that feel invisible. So for those people that feel invisible or who might be socially awkward or even kids that are autistic, they recruit you to become Democrats and join the left and become a part of their community by telling you that maybe you're not autistic, maybe you're not socially awkward, maybe you're just gay, maybe you're just trans. And they will tell you, go try on a dress. And then your kid sneaks and tries on a dress. And when he comes back, they applaud him. And they're like, oh my God, you're so great. You're so amazing. They're lying to you. The way this is being structured in this show, Stranger Things, it's like they want you to think that he's better than you. Like him pretending to be gay means he's special. He's not. It doesn't make you more special. Pretending that you're into people of the same sex, that doesn't mean shit. It means nothing. Nobody cares. It doesn't make you unique. It doesn't make you special. Your rights don't change. Nothing gets harder on you. Pause. I hope not, but you never know. It's not that it's all made up. And I remember there were a couple of people that I met when I was growing up. The only ones that were ever trying to pretend like they thought they were kind of like, where they were act out like this, were ones who just wanted more attention. And they did get a lot of attention, but sometimes it wasn't the attention that they wanted. And at the end of the day, once you grow out of this phase and you have to become a regular person in society, your memories of this phase you went through where you were playing this role, it haunts a lot of these people, and they have a really hard time moving forward in life with this in their history. It's crazy. This is supposed to be a show about teenagers and that started off as preteens in the 80s. This dude in this show, as far as I can tell from the other prior episodes, he's never even like did anything sexual with a guy. He's never messed with another boy. So he doesn't even know he's gay. We're fighting aliens. We're fighting interdimensional monsters. People have superpowers. And you want to tell me that you want to stick your penis somewhere strange? Like, nobody gives a fuck. How about this? Let's save the world, right? And then you go shove it in a fucking toaster. How about that? Will that make you feel better? It'd be shocking results. You'll feel extremely unique at that time. But we're literally talking about saving the world. And it's kind of like They want to pretend like, oh wow, the gay boy with his gayness of pure love is what saved the world. It's like they wanted that to be the theme. Bro, they went this whole series. It never came out to anything gay. And they wait until like what, the second to last episode to want to spring this bullshit agenda on us, which is ridiculous. But the beautiful thing is that the audience rejected it. This has been their worst rated episode in the entire history of their series. This was the worst ranking episode because it doesn't make any sense. You know, we know everything now. We understand that there's nothing positive about that lifestyle. That lifestyle leads to death. The gay agenda is the depopulation agenda. To push this on children is to push them into committing suicide earlier than they probably, or actually convincing them that they should. You know, when you become an adult, the prospects of never having a wife, never having children, never having a family, and basically you're just wandering the earth, sticking your penis in random glory holes, and no children are going to ever come from that. Yeah, it might seem fun at first, but it's a very bleak future, and those who are involved become nihilistic. I'm the one who broke the story about the guy who killed the MIT professor and shot into the Brown University. You guys do know that was a crime of passion, right? Yeah, the shooter and the professor used to be gay together back in Portugal. They actually came to the United States gay together. They're the same age and everything, except one decided to have a future. One decided he wanted to stay gay. The one who wanted a future found a wife, had children, moved, and became a professor and continued his degree and focused on his study. The other guy decided to just stay gay. And he was one of those real big belly gay guys that wears the man purse and the tight Versace sweaters. But again, you wake up at a certain point and you're like, I think today I'm just going to just end it all. But everybody doesn't want to die alone. And, you know, what if that's the guy who turned him out and convinced him to be gay? Well, he saw that his life being where it is now, probably that man's fault. And it's not fair that he was able to maybe just become gay part-time, but go and live a normal, fulfilling life that goes long-term. You don't meet people from that lifestyle, from this lifestyle they're trying to push on kids. They don't live to be that long because there's nothing to live for in this lifestyle. There isn't. That's why the suicide rates are so high. There is no future in this. So pushing this on kids is probably one of the worst things. This is worse than drugs, in my opinion. They need a DARE program for the gay agenda in these schools. These kids are impressionable. And when you teach them and push them into this lifestyle, they will never grow and become functioning adults in society. They can't. And then they're not necessarily worried about tomorrow or the future because they have no children. And so they're not invested in it. That's why we go in two different directions in this country. That's why we're being divided. This is the divide. And there is a coming civil war, but it's not the kind of civil war you think. The sides are going to be the people that want to protect kids from versus the people that want to sexualize them. That's going to be the dividing line. It will be people that want to protect pedophiles and pedophiles versus people that want to fight pedophiles and destroy them. That's what it's going to come down to. The coming civil war will boil down to children. And I think that we've all kind of felt that coming. And I'll be honest, if there's ever going to be a war that someone like myself will die in, that's one I'd be proud to die fighting in. And I believe many of you will too. That's why so many people agree with my stance and they follow the content, and we kind of see eye to eye. We're mentally on the same page when it comes to this topic.
wrong with me. So I pushed you away, and
Yep, DJT, America first, America only.
for the rest of us, we just drift apart more and more and more and more and more until I'm alone. And I know.
You see, even he knows when everybody else moves on and have girlfriends and wives and kids, he will be alone. This is for those. This leads to loneliness, nihilism, depression. There is no future in this lifestyle, not for humans.
None of that has happened, and in fact, I can't see into the future, but he can see into our minds, and he knows things, and it just felt so real. It felt so real.
Will, listen to me. Will never ever happen. You'll never lose me. Never.
And you'll never lose me.
All this fucking crime, bro. You are not a victim of anything. You're still the same person. So what? You like boys, you like dudes. You don't even know if you like dudes. You've never even been with the dude. You might say, you know what? I don't like all this hair on your legs. I don't know. This is just ridiculous. He's never even had gay sex. So you don't even know if you're gay. You're just saying this. These are kids we're talking about. Kids. And they want your little boy. See, it's not going to, this mental manipulation is not going to work on all these kids, especially the ones that have parents, right? Especially you have a father, you have a mother, you have a strong moral foundation. But what about the ones that are in foster homes and the ones who don't, who parents just put them in front of a TV and just disappear? Those are the kids that are most vulnerable to this. And those are the ones who we're seeing fall into this trap. You do know that that's a completely separate community, and they don't have a color. They're just gay. So they don't consider themselves blacks or whites. They are gay. They're the only group that cannot reproduce more of their own kind. Their only option is to recruit your kind. Their only option is to recruit your kids. They need your sons and daughters, but primarily your sons. They need to confuse them so that they can manipulate them and bring them to their side. There's a gay men's choir in San Francisco that literally made a song bragging about this. Let me see here, San Francisco. Let's see here, gay men's choir. Let's see here, San Francisco, gay men's choir.
As we celebrate Pride and the progress we've made over these past years, there's still work to be done. So to those of you out there who are still working against equal rights, we have a message for you.
You think we're sinful? You fight against our rights. You say we all lead lives you can't respect. But you're just frightened. You think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Funny, just this once, you're correct.
You think we'll go after your kids if our agenda goes unchecked? Well, maybe just this once, you are correct. See, when I make these claims and I talk about stuff, I literally bring evidence and show supporting visuals so you guys can see that you are at war. These are your enemies. This is what they look like. People always want to talk about civil war, but everyone's too chicken shit to divide up the actual sides and to describe what your enemy is going to look like. They will speak English too. They will have American citizenship, but they're not the same type of Americans that you and I are. They prey on children. They literally make songs bragging about it. And they get jobs working in these studios. They work for Netflix. They get jobs working at your elementary schools and your high schools. They've taken over our churches. They've pushed feminism. We've lost our wives to feminism, and now we're losing our children to the gay community. as men, we have to bring our own society back into alignment. But there are certain things that, well, obviously, we can't all coexist together. These agendas have pretty much destroyed everything that we basically strive to have in our futures. That's every man's dream. You want to go to school, go to college, get a good job, find a wife, get married, have children. A lot of that is really discouraged nowadays. It's not really a reality because of this agenda, which is also being pushed to destroy the whole family structure, the family that you want. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Are we going to just allow this to continue, or are we going to say something?
For me. For me. For me.
For me.
Literally fighting to save the world from interdimensional monsters, and we have to take a 10-minute break to worry about some guy thinking he wants another guy in between his cakes, bro. Like this, it's like, what the fuck are we doing? They couldn't have just went 2 more episodes without anything gay. No, this does not make you special. It doesn't make you unique. It doesn't mean you're going to get more attention. It doesn't mean you're cool. It doesn't mean you're better. It doesn't mean you're worse, but it definitely doesn't make you better. No one cares. I mean, I remember back when I was a kid, I had no idea that teachers even had lives outside of the school. Now these teachers are in the school talking about their gay sex life with their kids, and parents won't say or do anything about it. It's actually the policy in the Los Angeles school district. So throughout California, that is the policy. We've lost states like California and New York. We lost the whole Western seaboard. So we lost Oregon, Washington State, California. This entire agenda is taken over. Like I said, this is going to come to a head eventually, but at least you know who your enemies are and why they are your enemies. At least you know. But I'm not the only person that's noticed this and has something to say. Let's see here. There was another person that has some ideas. So I don't know why they drugged that out. It was so unnecessary and forced, but I'm just glad that people are rejecting it. People don't care. It doesn't make you cool. It doesn't make you unique. It doesn't make you more interesting. No one cares. No one cares. Where's this other Apollo right here?
By the way, dude, you know what they did? The end of Stranger Things, the way that they beat the monster is he comes out as being gay. You know how fucking crazy that is, bro? Like, dude, genuinely, bro, what the fuck was that? I think in season 1, he got fucked in the butt by that monster. I'm just being real. What's the point of fucking pushing this weird ass narrative? How do you beat the most craziest, strongest monster by coming out of the closet? It makes no fucking sense.
That is correct. I absolutely agree.
By the way, dude,
Stranger Things just had its main character come out as gay. That very same episode is now the lowest rated episode in the entire series. It is currently sitting at 5.4 out of 10 stars. The
Bravo.
episode wasn't that bad, but I'm going to tell you how we got here. Unless your name is Donald Trump or Jeffrey Epstein, you probably do not expect much from children. That is what made Stranger Things so good. It was a show where the main cast was all very young children. You did not expect much from them, but they would always give you a solid performance. This right here is the character Will Byers. This character is played by the actor Noah Schnapp. When Noah Schnapp was young, he was amazing as Will Byers. But as Noah Schnapp got older, his acting did not improve. We give that grace to young players. We don't expect much of kids. But now Noah Schnapp is a grown-ass man, and he has not improved his acting ability. When this character played by Noah Schnapp comes out in the show, it is fucking cringy.
Man, get your
Man, bro. And then all the excessive drool and slobber. It was like, shut the fuck. Bro, nobody's impressed by that. There's nothing edgy or different. That's just dumb. Like it's annoying. If anything, at its best, it's just extra annoying.
ass on, bro.
I mean, I do just not like you guys do.
What kind of Disney Channel ass writing is this? Guys, I don't like girls. I mean, not the way you do. That shit fucking sucks. Noah Schnapp even went on an interview and said it took a full 12-hour shift to record this scene. He then said they came back a week later and spent another 12-hour shift to do reshoots. I 100% believe it. This guy cannot act to save his life. I would not trust Noah Schnapp to play Noah Schnapp in a movie about himself. That is how bad of an actor he is.
Yeah, so again, I'm not the only person who noticed. So I'm sure you guys have noticed, and you're right, this is the devil's agenda. And it's always been such. It's evil. This entire push is evil. And I mean, like I said, they specifically target young boys. I mean, when you talk about they want to do gender assignment, newsflash, you can't change your gender no matter how many surgeries you have. 100% of these surgeries have failed. So if you are thinking about getting that surgery or you had one in the past and you mutilated yourself, you can sue your physician because, again, the surgery failed. You are still not another gender. It's just crazy that I have to even say this, that we have to even live like this. But because we do, we just have to spread awareness and, talk to other people of like mind. And this is how we push back. Being silent and not saying anything doesn't work. That's a failed strategy. Speak up about it. Speak out. Do me a favor, like and subscribe, share the video. I'll be back on in about 3 hours with another episode. I have a bunch of other episodes we're going to do today since it's Sunday. So do me a favor, hit the like button, follow the channel. I'll see you guys again shortly. And remember, America first, America only, and don't be gay.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.